Hey guys, Nick with Nightlife Kennels here. Just coming at you with another video. Wanted to highlight the SportDOG brand TEK 2.0 tracking and training system they've got out now. This is a great system. I am pro staff with these guys, but the reason why I'm pro staff with them is give you a little rundown. About 2 years ago, a buddy of mine who is pro staff with them, senior pro staff, field staff, he come to me and he been testing these products for a while now, and he knew that I had the competitor's brand, so he gave me one of these. He told me to go out and hunt with it, put the TEK 2.0 collars and the other brand collar on my dog, on the same dog, and test them, field test them. And I've done that for well over a year, and he wanted me to come back to him and give him my honest, unbiased opinion on how the TEK 2.0 held up to the competitor's brand. And then, after that, I fell in love with the product because it seemed to outdo everything from the tracking ability to the map details, ease of use. I absolutely love the TEK 2.0, and it is all I run now. I did get on pro staff with them after that, and I use several other products. And the thing about SportDOG brand is it's gear designed by dog people. So every one of the people at the company is into some kind of dog hunting, whether it be waterfowl, upland birds, you name it. They've got guys that do beagle, rabbit hunting, stuff like that. So everything they do is built and designed by dog hunters. So they build products that work for dog hunters. Their customer service is number one. You can't beat it. Like the TEK 2.0 right here, the collars and the handheld both have a 2-year warranty. A lot of products on the market have 1-year warranty. You also get free map upgrades for life with the TEK 2.0. That's something you don't get. You have to buy maps with the competitor's brand. So I'll just go through a quick rundown on everything. First, we'll start off with the collars here. This is their TEK 2.0 collar. This does have stimulation right here. It has the antennas on the side. This is your GPS antenna. This is your telemetry antenna. One thing I do to each of mine is SportDOG makes these little beacon lights. These are 15 to 20 bucks anywhere you buy them. This is cheap insurance for your dog. I absolutely love this. They got a button right here on the side that if you will hold it down under your finger right here, it'll switch to blink, and then if you keep holding it down, it'll turn it off. So that's your on and off button and your mode switch between solid and blink. If you run it on blink, you will get twice the battery life. I think I go through one set of batteries coon season, and these are the real cheap batteries that you buy from like Walgreens or wherever. They're just a few bucks a piece. To change the battery, you twist this top right here. Take this off. Sorry, hard to do one-handed. These are your batteries right here. I think these are CR 2032s. Very cheap batteries. You can get these at just about any gas store or anything like that. So if you ever need batteries, it's not like you're having to buy a really expensive replacement. But anyway, the batteries just go back in the top, and then the top screws it back on, and then you work the button on the side there to turn it on and off and go between solid and blink. So that's a little bit about the collars. Now I'll go ahead and get into the TEK 2.0. This right here is the case. SportDOG brand does not make this case. I get this from Spud and Deb's Dog Hunting Supply in Brevard, North Carolina. Highly recommend you look them up, give them a call. Even if you don't live nowhere near them, they can ship stuff. So this right here fits just about every brand of tracking system there is out there. So even if you're using another brand, they'll all fit in here from what I understand if it's a GPS tracking system. It's also got a little pouch right here on the back. For some of you guys that run the non-rechargeable GPS units, you can put your batteries in this right here and keep them safe. So you got an extra set of batteries. So this top comes on and velcros, and it also snaps with the buckle. So, and then this end right here goes through your belt. So basically, this would hang off your belt like this, upside down, and it would hang like this, upside down. You would raise it up, mash your buttons, and do whatever you need to do through that. Some of the touchscreen GPS units, I don't know if this would work with this clear screen. I don't know. I've never used it for that. So, but it does fit my TEK 2.0 really well. I absolutely love that. I've got 2 or 3 of these because it seems like I'm always getting a buddy that sees it and loves it, and I give them away. But okay, coming over here to the TEK 2.0. This right here is it. SportDOG brand TEK 2.0 tracking and training system. It has full topographic maps, free map upgrades for life, 2-year warranty. Customer service is by far the best you'll find in the industry. So we'll go through some of the features. Basically right here on the side, you've got this button right here. This goes through your 3 main screens. This is your menu screen. You've got all your different icons. Excuse me. This right up here is your rolling dial. You can go up or down with it, or you can use these arrows. This right here is also your zoom in and out whenever you're on the map screen. So we'll go through the icons briefly. This right here shows you your dogs that you have. If you're going to use the same color on every dog, of course you can put, instead of dog 1, you could put, like I have, hide, and it seems to always go on hide, but I could put hide instead of dog 1 and dog 2. If you click on them with this center button right here, shows you the color. I've got set as an e-collar. I'll take the bark indicator off. Stimulation range is high. It tells me if he's treed. Like if some of you guys do waterfowl or do pointing dogs, it's got on point, treed, or none if you don't need that at all. So you don't have to have that turned on. Stimulation buttons. This tells me like my top button is tone, my next button is momentary, which no matter how long I hold the button down, it just gives him a short little nick of stimulation. And then continuous will shock him as long as I hold the button down, I think for up to 20 seconds or something like that. It won't go past that. But and then if you ever want to go back on any screen, hit this left button right here, and it keeps going back. So, and also go back to that. That's where you would add another dog or another collar at. So, and then this right here is actually about information about your collars. This is where you add the collar. So first, if you would get a new collar, you would pair it and put it in here. It's where you assign the color and everything. And then this has got your owner ID, collar ID, all the information about the collar itself. And then this right here is the information for the dog assigned to that collar. So I'm then going over here. This is your hunter's screen. If your buddy has a TEK 2.0 or somebody you know, you can add a hunter to this right here. That's where you go through, you put his name, you got to get his collar ID number, and all that stuff. So this is a really good thing right here too. If you got a buddy that has a system and you program and can follow his, then if he ever loses it, you're sitting good for that right there. You can go in the woods and find it. So let's see here. Let's go back to the main screen. Then on down, you have your training screen. Center button, click on this. This has got like dog 1. I've got tone, momentary, and continuous, and I've got him set on stimulation number 11. Now you have 3 stimulation ranges. You have low, medium, and high. If you went back to my collar screen, you'd see this collar is set on the high stimulation range, which gives me 20 settings for each. So technically you have 60 different stimulation levels. I turn the stimulation up and down with the arrows. You can make it to where you can do it with the dial, but in my personal opinion, that makes it to where it's a little bit too easy to accidentally turn it up when you're actually hunting with the unit. And then something happens or they jump off game, you go to give them a correction and you've got it turned up way higher than you want to. So I keep it where you got to manually match the buttons. Then if you go to the right or left button, that goes to my next dog, my next collar, and so on and so forth. This particular tracking system right here holds up to 20 different units. Now that could be a combination of collars and other hunter handhelds that your buddies have. So you could have 20 dogs, or you could have 15 dogs and 5 buddies handhelds, however you want to do it. Now, on the left side here, you see the tone, momentary, and continuous. How you operate that is these buttons right here on the side. The top button would be your tone, your next button would be your momentary, and this button here would be your continuous. So if I go up here and I hit tone on this, you hear it toning the dog. You also have the capability to put vibrate for any of these buttons as well. So I know, like, whenever I have a real young dog, I will do tone, vibrate, and continuous. I always use tone on a dog as a good thing. Excuse me, this screen keeps timing out because I've got it set to time out after so many seconds, which saves my battery life. You can have it stay on for several minutes or stay on constantly, but your battery's going to eat through your battery. So I have it set just to go off every few seconds. But anyway, back to what I was saying about young dogs. I use tone as a good thing. I never use tone to correct a dog for anything bad or make it negative in any way. So if I've got a dog treat in there way out of here, or he's getting near a road, and for some reason I have to pull out and go leave, and I can't go to him, I can tone him instead of calling for him. My dogs are trained when they hear the tone, they break what they're doing and come to me, or at least come in the direction they came from. So that's what I use tone for. And if you got a young dog, you could do vibrate in the middle, and I use that as like a warning when I'm training the pup to come to me when they're real little, and I've got them out in the field, and just teach them basic come to me and manners like that. If they're not doing something I want them to do, I'll hit the vibrate, and that's like a little warning saying, hey, if you don't start doing what I want you to do, I'm getting ready to stimulate you. So, and then I would move down to continuous to stimulate the dog on whatever level that I might have it on. So we'll run through on that. Go back to the home screen. Come over again is your tracking screen. This has your map. Now I've lost the dog on this because I'm in my house, so you have to excuse that. But the triangle in the middle, that's me, and then you'll have colored triangles for every one of your collars. If you got multiple dogs, you can scroll. You'd hit the scroll down button, and it would scroll through your dogs on this screen. Or if you had hunters programmed on this, you could go down to different hunters. I've only got 2 collars programmed on this unit right here. So to zoom in and out, this is a full topo map. Zoom in and out, you scroll this right here. Takes you out, shows you all the roads. So, I mean, you can go way in, way out. But absolutely love this tracking system. One thing you can do, and I do a lot, this left button down here is where you do like your waypoints and stuff like that. I don't use that very often, but if you want to mark a spot you knew was heavy with the coon track, or say there's a trail you didn't know about, you can mark the head of the trail, or even mark your truck if you're in a new area. Down here on the bottom, if you hit this brings up your tracking options. A lot of times if I've got one dog that seems to split away and say he's going toward the road, I'll go down, click view dog, and say like dog 2, that's green dog. No matter where I'm at in comparison to this dog, or no matter where this dog is in comparison to everybody else, that dog will always stay in the center of the screen. So unless I change it. So absolutely love that feature. And also, if you have a hunter handheld on here, you could click that if you was going to look for a buddy's handheld that he dropped. Here's your map setup, your display info, breadcrumbs, several different things on that. Alright, now here's your map screen. This is if you're doing any kind of navigation. This doesn't have any dogs on or anything like that. This is just you on this one, shows where you are and where you have walked. And also you can pan forward or pan backwards, or anywhere you want to. Measure a distance and go to a waypoint or anything like that. Tells your coordinates, your heading, speed, just general information. And go back to this main screen. Down here, this is a pretty cool feature. I don't particularly use this too much because I don't need it. I look at this all the time. But you got a voice feature on this. If you turn it on, you have a speaker. And every so often, depending on how you have it set, like every 2 minutes is when I have mine. I'm going to turn it off. Dog 2 here. If I do it every minute, once every minute, it will give me an audible speaker and tell me dog 1 is X number of yards in X direction from me. So if you're walking through the woods trying to get to a dog and say there's another dog off in the distance in a different way and you want to keep an idea where they're at, it'll give you an audible indication of where your dog is without you having to hold this screen up in front of your face the whole time. So this right here is your compass screen. Very basic. It shows where your dogs are. You can still tone or do your main corrections up here. It shows where your dogs are, where north is and south, east, west, and you know, your speed and stuff like that. So come back to the home screen. Then right here's your settings. This is where you do your language, general settings, tracking only, stimulation levels, you know, stuff like that. So I have the alerts turned off. Tells what the handheld is, the username. If you're going to share with somebody, you have to turn your handheld update rate on. And then you can have it update and send a signal out every 30 seconds, a minute, 2 or 5. It will wear your battery down. So if you're not sharing your handheld with nobody, I wouldn't have this turned on at all. But if you are, it's a good thing to have turned on. So, and then communication. This is your owner ID. This is where you'll go if you are sharing your handheld with a buddy. When he goes through the steps of adding a hunter to his handheld, this will make it to where you can get your ID to, or no, excuse me, this is where you can put in his ID to add a caller or add his handheld to yours. So units, basic here. We're doing miles and yards, not kilometers or nothing like that. This is your time, does your, Eastern Standard Time, daylight savings, so on and so forth, however you decide you want that. Sound, I pretty much turn all my sound off. I don't have any kind of, you can have alerts that audible come on and tell you, like when your dog is treed, you can have it beep, ring, low tone, just whatever suits you. I like all that stuff turned off for me, but that's just my preference. So display, this is a big one for me. My light, my brightness here, generally when I'm hunting, especially on a dark night, I keep this down 10%. Reason why is a lot of times this will save on your battery power. A lot of guys that's using this in the daytime, like my dad uses this to rabbit hunt, he's running 100%, gets way brighter, but you got to be able to see it, in the daylight. At nighttime coon hunting, I don't need that. We pretty much just leave it on 10% most of the time. For the sake of the video, I've got it turned up a little bit. But then right here's your timer. You can have this screen go black in 15 seconds, 30, 45 minute, or always on. I'll leave it on 15 seconds, again, to save battery power. This is where you factory reset everything, and then that's just general about information. Okay, so now you've got another screen here. If you scroll to the right, this goes to your trip computer. This tells you all the information. This is the distance I've traveled since I reset it, average speed, so on and so forth. If you scroll to the right, it tells you the same thing about dog 1, how far he is away. I have the dog 1 collar turned off. Right now, we'll tell you the battery, caller ID, update rate, just general quick information. Then dog 2, same thing. So go back on that. Now this is your journal. This is pretty neat. This has got all the different dates that I've hunted. And basically what it is you'll click on, let's see, we'll click on this one, just look at it. This shows me a map of where I was and where I walked. I think this is one time I went hiking. I just towed this for navigation. Tells all about me and the dog and everything. This is a really neat feature to have on these. So if you want to go back and you can look where you put waypoints in a certain place, or all your different details. So and this right here is your geofence. This is pretty cool too. I won't do it because I don't need geofence. But basically what geofence is, if you're hunting a certain area, you can draw or grid off an area of your hunting land to where If your dog becomes within so close to that line, it will give you an alert and let you know that your dog is getting dangerously close to that line. Say there's a road over there and you don't want to go past a certain point, or say there's a subdivision, you don't want to get into that. It lets you know without you having to keep this in front of your face looking at it the whole time. So that's a really good feature to have, people hunting in areas like that. The waypoints, I don't have any waypoints stored in here. You could use this even if you're deer hunting. You could mark where your tree stand is, tote this in the woods to get into an area in the dark when you can't see good, and get your way back out to your truck. Lastly here, this is sun and moon phase. Tells me, all the different information about when the moon's coming up, when it's going down, sunrise, sunset, best times to hunt, stuff like that. So, okay, so that right there is your main home screen with all your different I guess apps, or however they would word this. Then on the right hand side here, if you click this again, this takes you to your training screen. I've already went through that. If you click it again, it'll go to your tracking screen. So this right here is kind of like your go-to button. It gets you through your 3 main screens on the TEK 2.0, from your home screen to your tracking screen and your training screen. So that's how you get through things pretty quick. So real easy to use. The on and off button is right here. They put it between these antennas, so it seems a little, it's not real easy to get to, but it's not hard either. But they put it there so that way when you're going through the brush or something, a stick don't hit it and turn it off on you. So you just hold it down till it goes black, let go, unit's off. Over here to the collars, the on and off button is right here in the middle. They do it there so it won't get turned off real easily. You hold it down till it turns red. Let go. Collar's off. So, don't know if this helped you guys out any, but I know there's not many people putting videos online right now of the SportDOG TEK 2.0 stuff, but this will give you general information on these. Like I said, I've used this thing for a little over 2 years now. Mountains of Western North Carolina, we're pretty steep, and I get roughly about, I have got 3 miles with this unit, and I constantly get at least a mile or better in some steep, thick cover, which is excellent for a GPS unit where I live. Compared to the competitor's brand, the best I ever got with them was 1,000 yards. So, personal field experience, I run this unit on the dog with another competitor's unit on the same dog for about a year, and consistently the TEK 2.0 went far and above. So if you're going to market for a new GPS system, I know there's piles of people out there using competitor brands. The only thing I can tell you guys is, go online, look this video up, look at the reviews, look at the prices. The prices are the exact same for this unit with the competitor's brand, but you're getting double the warranty and you're getting free map upgrades for life. So you're getting the exact same price point, but you're getting better customer service, longer warranty, free map upgrades for life. So you're really getting more for your money, and you guys won't be disappointed. So I hope this video helped you out with anything. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the section below. Again, click, like, and share this video, and subscribe to my channel, and we'll try to get you guys some more videos out. Thank you. Have a good day.